Good morning.
Orange.
Oh iya, orange bagus sih.
Gak bawa orange, tapi gue mau pakai
Selamat pagi guys.
Guntur nanti.
Oh, are we in the wrong? Sorry, we wrong. Sorry. Ngikutin. Oh ini ya. Oh iya di situ. Yuk, siapa duluan? Gue larinya begini nih, nggak bisa lari beneran. Aduh, anyway, kita mau sarapan dulu. Selamat pagi. Itu kan nanti sih. Di situ ketemunya. Let's go breakfast, ladies. Udah lapar. Sarapan dulu yuk guys. Tapi kita telat. Oh, of us. Thank you. Thank you. Sarapan. Gue mau nyari yang hot. Di sana tuh, say. Sebelah kiri. Yang kuning, say. Look at the view. Oh ini nih ya?
Ada tulisannya apa?
Reserve. Oke lah. Dikit banget sarapannya. Sorry. Ada tomato. Ini apa ya? Tahu ya kali. Oh, I love tahu. Ke bawah yuk, mau ngeliatin poolnya. Hati-hati ini licin. Ini pool yang di sini kecil kayak private gitu, jadi di sana ada apa? Di sana ada juga kan ya? Selamat pagi guys. Jadi aku mau liatin kalian di depan kamar kita itu bisa kelihatan seaside, beautiful. That's me. Jadi kita ada balkoninya gitu. Selamat pagi guys. Jadi ini hari kita yang kedua. Sekarang kita mau ke tempat dimana aku sama suamiku kemarin holiday, dan kita mau ke Valletta lagi, bro. Kita seneng di sana. Seperti yang kalian lihat, cerah banget. Alhamdulillah itu cuacanya udah bagus karena tadi pagi itu hujan. So, yeah, thanks God is good weather now. Beautiful. Love it. Ikutin videoku selanjutnya. Ikutin kita kemana saja hari ini. Si Natali di sana tuh. Terus yang satu lagi di sana. Kita mau ke Valletta lagi ya kita. Jadi kita mau ke Valletta lagi. Udah 1 menit katanya. Yuk say. Kita mau ke Valletta terus mau. Oh iya. Boltnya udah datang tuh. Yuk say. Is it true?
Dia yang ambil soalnya.
So I was exactly recording.
Natali. Gantian Natali yang di depan, gue di belakang deh. Off we go. Kita sorry. Sorry, it's okay.
Saya kan perek. Kenapa judul segitu?
Okay, let's go. Off we go.
Hai guys, kita kehujanan nih. Lihat tuh Mbak Tari dengan outfitnya.
Outfit yang sangat seksi. Iya kasih. Iya kita mau apa jadi ini ya hari ini hujan. Jadi tergendala deh. Tapi no,
It's okay.
we still have to go. Hujan guys, hujan. Oh my god, so rain, pouring rain. Jadi ini government apa? Office katanya. Si taksi driver bilang.
Lihat. Hujan. Kita jadi merapat ini dia, Pak.
Nggak lihat tuh merah. Hujan guys, lihat. Kita jadi nungguin di sini. Merapat tuh di sini. Banjir, banjir. Yuk. Memang udah diperkirakan hari ini hujan. Tapi tadi hujannya berhenti. Terus kita udah sampai di Valletta, hujannya parah. Untungnya gue pakai ini sendal, banjir di bawah. Jadi kita mau jalan aja deh. Hujan. Nah, gila hujan. Coklat District.
Fotoin kasihan kok. Dia mejeng tuh.
Kalau kalian bisa lihat tuh semua orang pada pakai ini baru mandi basah, gimana sih? Tapi ya, yang namanya holiday, cuaca apapun kita harus ini ya guys ya. Iya enggak? Yang namanya holiday, cuaca apapun kita harus tempuh. Harus. Iya, penting banget. Iya, exactly. Kita kesini bayarnya mahal. Ya guys, jadi kita mau ke St. Paul, ke katedralnya. Ini katedral yang besar ya, sayang?
Iya, katedral yang Valletta.
Di Valletta. Ah, oke. So, itu dia guys tempatnya. Ternyata deket, kirain jauh. Banyak yang di sana sih. Tadi malam kita diundang, Bang. Iya toh. Tadi malam kita free band toh. Kita tadi malam duduk di sini loh, mojok kita. Alamak, oh iya. Kita duduk di sini guys.
Iya.
Sama ibu-ibu gue nanyakin itu bel, dia nungguin bel, ngeliatin bel aja gitu. Jadi gue bilang kamu nungguin bel berbunyi ya. Dia bilang no understand English, it's okay lah. Tuh. Oke, di sini kita kemarin
Okay.
halo. Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
To prevent any accidental drops that could potentially damage the exquisite marble flooring, which dates from the early 17th century. As this church holds a sacred status, we ask for your cooperation in adhering to our dress code policies. Additionally, please refrain from using flash when taking photographs. Thank you for your cooperation.
Wow. Oh my god. Whoa. I don't know which one to take this. OMG.
Videonya dari luar aja.
Yeah.
St. John's Coke Cathedral Foundation wish to extend a warm welcome to St. John's Coke.
Alright.
Excuse me.
Sorry.
Covering the treasures within this remarkable Coke Cathedral, St. John's Coke Cathedral stands as a distinctive monument of global significance, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a masterpiece of originally constructed as the conventual church of the Knights of St. John in 1577. It received generous donations of artistically valuable gifts from Grand Masters and numerous knights, resulting in an sacred status. We ask for your cooperation in adhering to our dress code policies. Additionally, please refrain from using flash when taking photographs. To proceed, turn right from this point and proceed towards the centre of the nave. Monument of global significance, a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a masterpiece of Baroque art. Originally constructed as the conventual church of the
Ibu
Knights of St.
Agatha
John
Bude
in
nyempil.
1577, it received generous donations of artistically valuable gifts
Gue nggak ngambil foto deh.
and
Itu aja deh.
knights, resulting
Sorry.
And shows scenes from the life of St. Lawrence. On your left, there is St. Lawrence at the moment of his martyrdom, as he is tied to an iron gridiron and burned, while the other shows St. Lawrence beating Pope Sixtus III. Beneath these two paintings are two more paintings. On your left is St. Francis Xavier, and on your right, St. Firminus, protector of Navarre. The main arch at the entrance of the chapel is adorned with palms and laurels, symbols of peace and victory. They display angels frolicking among some of the most exquisite designs with foliage and garlands. The chapel has both monuments are sober in character, conservative in design. Grand Master Raphael was superseded by his brother Nicholas, whose monument is also in the chapel, to the left by the outer arch. Amongst an exuberant display of trophies sits his gilt bronze bust, as he looks towards the high altar, clearly showing his faithfulness to the religion. Underneath the weight of the weapons and crouched slaves, represents the supremacy of the order over Asia and Africa. Notice how the slave on the right reacts to the trumpeting of the angel of fame. Nicholas wanted to be remembered as a faithful member of the order, as well as a warrior of the monument of the Grand Master Sondadari. This is the funerary monument to Italian Grand Master Mark Antonio Sondadari, who reigned for just 2 years, from 1720 to 1722. This fine piece reflects the romantic style.
Ini dia 10 bit. Ini 10 bit.
The sanctuary.
Sanctuary.
This area you see behind the balustrades is a sacred place and is the focal point of the church, as it holds the high altar. It has been enriched with several gifts from Grand Masters and Knights alike. Look up at the solid silver lamp held by 2 angels. It is a perfect example of the extravagant Baroque style, reflecting the grandeur of the order during the 17th century. This rare treasure was the gift of the Knight Fra Rospigliosi in 1669. The high altar you see in the centre of the sanctuary is a masterpiece in rare marble and was the gift of Grand Master Carafa. The frieze running across the altar is backed with lapis lazuli and holds the symbols of the 4 evangelists, whilst a set of keys is included as the attribute of St. Peter, and the codex and sword attributes of St. Paul. The central motif depicts the Last Supper. The large figures depicting the baptism of Christ by John the Baptist in the apse behind the high altar are the focal point of the sanctuary. The act of baptism is of great significance to the Christian faith, as it is the act of conversion and cleansing of the soul. Long of Castile. This is the chapel of the Long of Castile, Leon and Portugal. It is dedicated to the patron saint of Spain, St. James. The altarpiece, another work by Mattia Preti, depicts this saint in a most aesthetically pleasing manner. Its warm earth colours and exquisite draftsmanship make it a masterpiece of Baroque art in its own right. Notice how St. James wears a scallop shell on his chest. It is an attribute of pilgrims who visit his shrine. The lunette paintings at the sides depict on the left St. James as he kneels at the feet of Our Lady of Pilar, and in the other, St. James banishing the Moors from Spain. They are also works by Preti. There are 2 Grand Masters buried in this chapel. On your left, close to the altar, is the monument of the Portuguese nobleman, Grand Master Anton Manuel de Vilhena, who reigned from 1722 to 1736. It is the work by the well-known Florentine artist Massimiliano Soldani Benzi, who was employed by Cosimo de' Medici as master of the mint in Florence. The monument is a mix of bronze and green marble, and is beautifully animated with angels. At the summit, the angel of fame blows her trumpet, while the cherub holds the shroud of death. 4 young angels sit on the sarcophagus, mourning the death of the Grand Master. In the centre of the sarcophagus is a relief which depicts the Grand Master being presented with the plan of Fort Manuel, which he had ordered to be constructed, and which still bears his name. The monument commemorating Grand Master Pinto is to your left, close to the archway to the nave. It is a simple yet elegant expression, and has a note of neoclassical restraint. It says little about the Grand Master, who happened to be one of the most flamboyant rulers. He had declared himself the Prince of Malta, and the first to adopt the closed crown, which you can see on his coat of arms at the bottom of his monument. The sarcophagus is trimmed with precious stones and mounted with a mosaic portrait of Grand Master Pinto. On top rests the Angel of Fame, a masterly piece in pure white marble.
This is the lost chocolate, the sea that chocolate from Steve Village, St. James,
Kindly carry backpacks or bags in front of you or in your hands at all times to protect the balls. Thank you.
Stop 16. Oratory foyer. As you stand here before you enter the oratory, look at the large wooden cross on your right. This monumental yet graceful crucifix was painted by Polidoro da Caravaggio sometime after 1532, commissioned to replace an earlier cross that originally hung in the old conventual church of the Knights in Vittorioso. That year, a fire gutted its sanctuary, and many early treasures of the order were lost. The oratory was built as a place of devotion for the young novices. It was started in 1602 and must have been finished by 1605, as records in the archives say that in that year the windows were fitted with glass, then still a rare commodity. The reigning master Adolf de Wignacourt was looking for an artist to embellish the new palaces in the conventual church, and to produce a painting of the martyrdom of St. John, the patron of the order, for the young novices to meditate on, to impress on their young minds the devotion required to be a virtuous knight. When Michelangelo Medicina Caravaggio, better known to us as Caravaggio, first stepped into the oratory, it was still a simple and plain rectangular construction. The oratory was transformed into how we see it today several years later by Mattia Preti in the 1680s, when he installed the Venetian-style gilt soffit and the paintings hanging on the walls. Now, go and stand in front of the beheading. The painting of the beheading of St. John the Baptist is Caravaggio's largest and the only one which bears his signature, which is scrawled in the blood flowing from the Baptist's throat. Caravaggio is best known for his revolutionary light effect form chiaroscuro and harsh realism, which soon became hallmarks of Baroque painting. St. John the Baptist, having arrested and imprisoned and having reproved King Herod of his illicit marriage to Herodias, angered by his disapproval, Herodias schemed for John's death. At the banquet on the king's birthday, Salome, daughter of Herodias, so delighted Herod by her dance that he offered to grant her any wish she desired. Instructed by Herodias, she asked for the Baptist's head. Immediately an executioner was sent for, and John was beheaded. This is the moment that Caravaggio chose to immortalize. The characters in this painting, unlike his earlier works, especially those he executed in Rome, are less violent and dramatic, and no longer lead rather than country play. Here, in the beheading, his protagonists fit comfortably into the picture's face. Each action is complete. The young woman, perhaps Salome, on the far left, holds a large platter to receive the severed head, whilst the old woman, the only character who shows some emotion, puts her hands to her face in horror. The cold yet handsome janitor points downwards as he instructs the executioner to finish the job. On the right, two prisoners gaze intently at the scene. Here, we can observe some of Caravaggio's special effects, such as the manner with which the characters are immortalized when you just see realistic condition of their anatomy. Note Caravaggio's sparse use of color. He intentionally uses a restricted palette of browns with a single splash of red reserved for St. John's Mount. Observe the manner in which he contrasts youth and old age, and the naked back of the executioner with the janitor's rich green velvet jacket. The painting is then washed in a beam of golden light, giving the work its theatrical character. Note how Caravaggio excluded any divine intervention. There are no angels descending from the skies, and no halo for St. John, focusing instead on the tragic fate of mankind. It is ironic that Caravaggio, today a much celebrated artist, was defrocked and expelled from the order in a ceremony which was held here in the oratory, in the presence of the Venerable Council, and in front of the beheading of St. John the Baptist, the work he had so proudly and perhaps even defiantly signed for our Michelangelo.
Tombstones, ini tombstone, kuburan.
These
Oh, really?
commemorate
This
some
one?
of the most illustrious knights of the order. All the tombstones are to original designs and composed of coloured, inlaid marble. They date from the early 17th century to the late 18th century. Each tombstone is highly decorated with expressions of triumph, fame, and death. Skeletons and skulls are often included in the iconography of the tombstones. They represent the end of life on earth and the beginning of eternal life with God the Father. Amongst the most popular symbols are the angel of fame blowing a trumpet and angels holding laurel wreaths as symbol of victory. Several tombstones depict weapons and battle scenes as testimony of their chivalry. The epitaphs are in Latin and often describe the knight's virtues and achievements. To Grand Master Zondadari. This is the funerary monument to Italian Grand Master Mark Antonio Zondadari, who reigned for just 2 years, from 1720 to 1722. This fine piece reflects the Romantic style introduced towards the beginning of the 18th century. The Grand Master is portrayed as a noble warrior and has just fallen in battle, aided by the allegory of the Order as she removes the flags that have concealed him. This monument was made in Italy, ordered by the Grand Master himself. It was placed here as it was too large to fit into the Italian chapel where it really belongs.
Jadi kita sudah mengelilingin di St. Paul Cathedral ini. Happy?
Ya,
Ya, finally ya. Menurutnya gimana itu katedral tadi?
beautiful.
Ya,
It's very important witnessing of Christian
ya, history ya.
history and arts and the Christian history.
Ya.
Beautiful.
And I love the gold. Terus sepertinya dia punya kayu-kayu itu seperti dari Jawa-Jawa gitu ya, Jawa-Jawa apa gitu ya?
Yeah, it's
Very
built in 1700.
ya 1700. Oh. Iya. Tapi itu bagus. Bagus tuh lihat.
Oh iya di situ. Oh, nggak apa-apa gimana?
Coba lihat deh. Ya ampun, kerapnya ngeri ya. Kerapnya ngeri tapi bagus ya. Ada dekorasinya. That's really my favorite. That is the octopus. Yummy. Oh my god. Harus dipotong ini. Oh wow. I love it. keluar. Ayo ibu-ibu kita pulang. We are going now. Oh, okay. Bye. Ciao, ciao. Thank you for today. Thanks. Bye. Iya. Wah, kita udah makan, ibu-ibu udah pada di depan. Aku masih di sini, ya ampun. Hujan lagi, guys. Tapi ini untuk ini sih biar kita wake up karena soalnya udah ada makan banyak banget tadi. Porsinya gede banget. Jadi sekarang kita mau ke garden apa gitu. Nggak tahu deh garden apa. Yang penting nggak kehujanan. Itu keren banget ya di atas, coba lihat. Ada Mark Spencer's-nya. Ladies, kalian bertiga semuanya pada pakai ini, pakai payung, lucu deh. Gue sendiri yang enggak ya. Iya, gue pakai ini aja. Tapi cute banget. Itu lihat, jadinya lucu banget.
Harus kesini, Bu.
Wow, look at this. Wow, kenyang iya, tapi tempatnya bagus sih. Ini
Ke Paleta lagi.
tapi sepertinya ini iya ke Paleta lagi.
Iya.
Dan kita kayaknya harus harus booking, ladies.
Penuh. Oke, tapi ini ya udah kan udah penuh. Japanese.
Nice place ya.
Gimana Tong? Udah penuh. Ya udah gini aja. Hari Minggu kita balik ke sini lagi.
Iya kesini lagi. Itu apa itu? Itu mangkok-mangkoknya. Naruto. Lihat sini deh. Iya, jaga juga hati-hati lu. Iya. Gila ya. Lampu-lampunya cakep ya. Bagus banget tuh di bawah. So bright gitu warna. Yeah, sure. sama tongkatnya. Oh my god, look at. So that is the Baraka Garden, yeah? Oh wow, look at this. Tapi untungnya hanya hari ini hujannya, besok udah enggak lagi. That is Gozo, ya. Besok kita lewat sini ke Gozo, kita ngelewatin sini besok. Ya.
Oh, kita naik itu ya, berarti
Iya.
Gozo.
Ya, naik itu. Mana? Itu bekas penjara. Apa ya?
Bukan ini, no.
Oh, kalau itu sama seperti ini, apa? Rumahan. Ada hotel di sana juga.
Besok kita di bawah, Tay. Nggak di atas, Tay. Belajar, Tay, di bawah. Sekarang kita naik belajar di atas.
Itu harbor itu nih, yang Gozo itu. Gila ya kita. Desi. Payung lu keren, Des. Payungnya keren. Itu payung model baru ya, Mak? Si Desi punya payungnya model baru.
Oh, wow.
Seperti flowers. That's better.
Jam 11 atau jam 12
Oh, really?
ke ocean.
Ah. Terus ini dark.
Kayak tiap.
The migrant, ya. Arthur
Oh, ada wild garlic.
Arthur Baraka Garden. Ya? Kirain itu wild garlic ya.
Iya.
Ternyata kagak. Kedinginan ya. Kita tadi ke sana. Ladies, tadi kita dari sana ya. Yang itu. Nekat ya. Nekat. Hujan.
Oh, we are in Upper Baraka Garden, Malta.
Sekarang kita mau pulang dulu ya. Sudah
Hujan,
hujan,
dingin. Dari
dingin. Iya, sampai ketemu lagi. yang mana?
Ya you know lah.
Kita mau pulang.
Udah basah
Ciao.
kuyup.
Udah basah kuyup. Bye.
Musuhnya orang sawah sama gua. Halus banget ya, susah diatur.
Berapa, Bu?
Apa? Pakai kain, pakai kebaya, disambung dulu.
By the way, itu berapa itu?
Ini. Lupa yang beli dua setep. Sisa tape, yang beli sisa tape. Guys, bagus juga ya Bu ya. Kenapa ya Bu? Baru bilang mau pasami.
Coming back ya next time.
Tukang salonnya khusus dia tangkang.
Dari
Saya Bu tipnya, tapi menurut saya rambut lo ini
dari UK ini.
kalau cuma begini-begini doang Bu.